So, I think I'm going to try this with my headphones. Hey, you guys. I'm deciding to do something a little bit different this month. I want to try to do a budget with me live because a lot of you guys tend to have questions that, when I kind of go back, it's kind of like in hindsight type of thing when I go back and answer questions about things. So I wanted to include you guys in on the process and do it live. I've done a lot of like pre-planning type of thing just to make things a little bit easier so the video's not like 3 hours long. Hey. So this will allow you guys to kind of get my thought process and why I do things a certain way as I'm doing it because you can only fit so much into these short videos that aren't live. So this is going to be my first time and hopefully it goes well and you guys can let me know later on. You guys can let me know later on whether you prefer it this way or whether you guys would rather me not do it live and just kind of break the videos up like I've been doing. So I'm going to flip my screen and put this on the tripod and we're going to get started. So if at any point it's not close enough, anything like that, you guys just let me know. And it's going to be a little bit sideways because I do have to give myself like a little bit of space to be able to write. So let me go ahead and log or get on the video on my computer so that I can see you guys' questions live because this tripod is way too high for me to be able to see it. So I just want y'all to tell me if y'all like it this way better. So give me 1 second because I'm trying to get to the video and hopefully it's not really, really laggy because I watch other people's lives and it be laggy sometimes, y'all. But that's okay. Um, so of course, when I go to my own page, the video ain't there. How do I? All right, hold on. Live streaming, but I'm already live. All right, so as I figure that out, I'm just gonna go ahead and get started. I can kind of sort of see you guys, but not quite. Um, yeah, I'm not really, how do I? This is my first time going live on YouTube. Well, when it comes to this, last time I've been live on YouTube was so many years ago where it was way different. And for some reason, I can't find my own. Oh, there it goes. So it's just a little lag basically. All right, cool. So now I can see it. And let me turn myself down. Okay, now I can see the chat. Hey guys. All right. So what I've first done is I've pre-planned in this notebook. And typically when I pre-plan for my budget, it don't look this cute. Okay. I'm just gonna let you know that now. It never ever looks this cute, but I wanted you guys to kind of see like what my thought process is, how I kind of come up with the numbers that I come up with and stuff like that. So I have a couple of things to remember and hopefully me having my headphones in kind of helps with the audio. But I do have to pay rent this month. You guys know that last month I did not have to pay rent because of how the Airbnb situation ended up working. And I also have car insurance. You guys can see my car insurance is pretty high this month. Okay, and I'm not really happy about it. So one of you guys told me that the car accident that happened in March, it would probably affect my next policy, and my next policy starts this month and it has basically gone up $90 and I'm really pissed off about it. So I'll be calling around probably Friday or sometime next week, probably next week for new insurance companies because this is ridiculous. I've been with Progressive for probably like 7 or 8 years, maybe more. And I've been paying anywhere from $100 to $150 a month for the last 7 years and never had to file a claim outside of a basketball hoop falling on my car. So I just feel like I've probably paid you well over like $13,000. I get into a car accident in the mountains in a blizzard, something completely out of my control. I didn't hit another car and it was only like $2,000 worth of damage. And y'all are going up on my insurance over $1,000 a year. That's unacceptable. So I'll be looking for new insurance. And then, of course, I have this VIP thing again. I'm really thinking that I'm not going to be charged that again because I'm an admin of this little group or whatever. So I wrote down my paydays. Those are the 4th and the 18th. And then the YouTube payday is the 22nd. And these are my business bills that I need to write in. And some miscellaneous things that I need to keep in mind is that I am going to the Bahamas for a cruise. And the cruise is actually from Friday to Sunday, but I'm leaving out Thursday because, of course, I want to be there that night before we dock. I don't like leaving the morning of, because what happens if my flight is delayed and now I can't get on the boat? Okay, that don't work. And then I come back Monday and I start back work on, maybe I come back Tuesday. I don't know, y'all. I think I come back in town Monday, but I don't work till Wednesday. So I'm spending this time, this day with my family. I also have a New Orleans trip that's coming up in August, the end of August. So I need to get my flight and hotel. Part of my flight will be taken care of because I didn't go on that Atlanta trip in June. But I'm not sure how much the flight is just yet. I'll try to look that up in a little bit. And then, of course, the hotel. And I do want to get my car deep cleaned. And one of my old classmates has a company. He charges $50. So I'll need to add that to the gas category because you guys know when I do like car washes and stuff, I do that. I put that in that category. I will be going home 3 times this month. So I need to take that into account when it comes to gas. And then we are having a miscellaneous outing on the 6th. And that is because when I was home for my birthday, I was there during the week, so we couldn't get the family together to celebrate. So we're just going to do it this coming weekend. And then I may be starting school in August. I will have a car vlog coming up soon for that. So I have already like done the layout. If you guys want to know where I got any of these stickers from, I finally put the links in the description box. All of the sticker books that I use will be listed down below. If there's not an Amazon listing, I indicated that. Most of them I get from, I can get the little coupon. So the only thing I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to go ahead and write in the amounts that I have. And just note that these stickers don't really mean what's in the icon. I'm going to cover up those icons a little bit later. So on the 8th is my rent. Hey guys. So I had to leave Progressive because they were just jacking up the price for the sake of it. Exactly. Like, I'm over it, y'all. I really am over it. I basically just went from 105 to 190. That's just ridiculous to me. Okay, so rent again was 773.02, and we're gonna, maybe if I write it in the right place, you think. All right. 773, and this part is what we're going to spend the least amount of time on. 62.75. This will be going down to $44 after this. This is my cell phone bill. And then on the 21st should be HostGator, and that's $11.95. This one is $50. That's for my credit repair. This one is $34.95. This one is $50 for that VIP. This is what happens when you have the same bills over and over and there aren't very many. You could just remember them. This one is going to be $15. The 19th, this one is going to be for the car insurance, $190.54. And I am going to write rent in over here. And then this one is, what is this one? Oh, duh. 24.19. Okay. So we're going to move on past this one. Thank you. This is a planner I created myself and I love it. Okay, so I will be saving money 4 times this month. So I already know on my first payday, based on the allocation method, that I will be able to start saving this very first day. And then, of course, on the next payday, I'll be able to save because YouTube falls into the following week. I will be saving at the end of that week. And then this pig right here is for the end of the month when we reconcile back down. Okay, so now let's get into the nitty gritty. So for time's sake, I'm not going to write my business expenses in this portion, while we're live. I'll just go back and do that later. But I am going to go ahead and write in the ones that are pertaining to my actual personal budget. So again, the rent is $773.02. And then for the car insurance, it's $190.54. And then the VIP is $50. So, Jess, girl, you better get on it. Jess says she needs to do hers. All right, so I'm just opening up my iPad for the calculator since I normally use my phone. Come on. Hopefully this thing doesn't. 02 plus 190.54 plus 50 is 1013.56. And I like this calculator. I think this is the same one I have on my phone. I like it because you can see what you actually typed in as opposed to the regular one that comes with the iPhone. So I'm just double checking to make sure I put it in right, and I did. Okay. So the total for the fixed expenses is going to be $1,013.56. Now, as far as my income goes, so my last check was $26.99 if I'm not mistaken, but I know part of that had like a holiday in there, which I am working those 6 hours on the 4th, but I don't want to include that, and it's not very much. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to drop it down to 2,500. You guys know I like to underestimate my income anyway, so that's the best thing for me to do. So I'm going to write it down here just for the sake of keeping things fluid. So let's do 2,500 here. And if you guys have any questions during the process, you guys let me know, okay? When are you gonna start back doing mock budgets? Honestly, I've just totally forgot about them, and I wholeheartedly apologize. My schedule is like really all over the place. I'll work through cover. I can barely get these videos out, to be honest with y'all. It's kind of difficult right now, but probably I would say next month for sure, for sure. And I think the other part of it, it was just like, you know what? I've now put the actual method out there, so I didn't know if you guys still wanted me to do the mock budgets or not, but I absolutely will start back next month. So what I'm doing right now, I'm just going into my analytics real quick so I can see how much I should get paid from YouTube, and it's looking like $318.93. So I'm just gonna say 300. The key to good budgeting is underestimating your income and overestimating your expenses. Seriously. All right, so I don't need a calculator for this. This is going to be 5,300. So that's what we're going to go with up here. So projected income. And then our fixed expenses, which will end up being our threshold, is $1,013.56. So let's see what that gives us. Y'all see that super old picture of me? All right, so 5,300 minus 1,013.56. That gives me $4,286.44. So now the next step, of course, is for us to calculate how much we are going to need for our variable expenses. And that is what's going to give us our percentages for the checking and the savings. And of course, I don't have any debt. So what I do want to do, sometimes I just kind of go back and reference what I had last month, which the place for you to kind of, I guess you could say, guesstimate is to go based off of your expense tracker, because remember you wrote in, what your total amounts were. So groceries this past month, which the month I'm actually still in, I said 260, and so far, not including this last week of expenses, I spent 130, or I had 131.57 left over. I spent 55.52 at my last go round, and I won't be spending any more. So that means I was only about $80 under budget. So I think I'm going to keep it at that. Could you do a mock budget for people who only get paid once at the beginning of the month, please? I can. I guess the only reason why I don't is because for me personally, if I got paid, and I hate the way this looked, if I got paid once at the beginning of the month, I literally would just either go ahead and pay literally all of my bills, call them, pay them, or I would take all of the bill money for the month, I would put it in a totally separate account. that is not attached to that checking account that you use for your everyday expenses, but that separate account needs to have its own debit card because that's the way that you're going to pay your bills. You know, most bills, they just ask you for a debit card, not like your bank information. And that's how I would do it. At the beginning of the month, once you get paid, ship all of your money that you need for your fixed expenses into that account. All of your bills need to be paid with that particular debit card. And then you know the rest of your money should be going towards your everyday expenses and your savings. So you would still do the allocation method. You would take this and whatever that percentage is once you get paid, you keep that in your checking and the rest goes off to savings. Like literally. So if I just got paid this on Friday, right? And this was my amount for the whole month. I would take this amount, send it off to that other checking account that has the debit card attached to these people I owe money. Then this amount, I would be taking whatever my checking percentage is, which we're going to take into account in a second, and I would keep that in that account. Whatever's in excess goes off to savings and debt. Literally, like it's that easy. I guess that's why I never really did a mock budget for something like that. Okay, so personal household. Let's go back to the expense tracker. Personal household last month I did 100 and only had $1.27 left over. But looking at the things that I bought foundation, I bought some stuff like that, some serums. I don't think that I'll need anything from personal household this coming month. So I'm just gonna go ahead and keep it at $100. The most I might end up buying is like some sunscreen, some more expensive sunscreen for when I go to the Bahamas. That's probably about it. And you guys know that my personal household is together. So Keita, did that make sense for you and why, you know, how to do it if you only get paid once a month? Okay, so for restaurants, last month I did 150 and coming into this last week, I still had $78 left, which I only spent 13, 15, about $20 of that. So I'm going to stick with 150. Now, gas. Gas, I told you guys, not only includes gas, but it also includes car wash. Well, me getting my car washed. So this is what I'm gonna do. It typically takes me, let's see, if gas is 260, I have an 18 and a half gallon tank. So it should take me about $48 to fill up, let's just say $50. Well, when I go home, it takes me a full tank to go there and come back, right? Well, I'm projecting to go 3 times this month. All right. Now, I also need, I would say, about a tank and a half or so for those days in between when I'm staying here where I'm at. So let's add another 75 for that. And then I also want to get my car deep clean. So that's 50. And let's just say I get my car washed one more time outside of that. Um, yeah, because I really don't get my car washed that often and I ain't afraid to say it. So for gas, we're going to say 285. And I could go up to 300. Yeah, let's go up to 300. You're welcome. You're welcome. If I answer you guys' questions a little late, just remember that the lag in me looking at it on the computer in real time is probably behind like 30 seconds or so. Okay, so for shopping. So we've taken care of this one and this one. So shopping. For my trip for the Bahamas, I've already bought about as much as what I'm going to buy. If I need anything else, I can always go ahead and buy something this coming month. I don't think I'm going to need anything else. And then that should be about it. I might buy some stuff. See, I think I only spent money on shopping this past week, which was buying some of the stuff for the Bahamas. So yeah, I started off at 100 and I didn't spend anything until this last week, which I spent about $80 or so. Actually almost, yeah, about $85. So I'm just gonna go up a little bit. Let's just do 150 now. Miscellaneous. So I've taken care of that. So miscellaneous, let's see. typically for me, that's like more stuff like, oh, we go out to eat with the family, or, birthday cards, birthday stuff like that. I had 300 this month, but that was because I needed a birthday gift for myself. I gave my cousin some money for Father's Day and for his birthday. Um, so I don't really see myself needing very much miscellaneous, and I'll probably only spend about $30 when I go out this coming week. So typically I like to do $25 a week. So I'm just gonna go to 150. All right. So we took care of the miscellaneous for the outing. So next should be supplements. I think that's typically my writing. Yeah. Supplements. And I should need only two of my supplements, which typically comes out to be about $75. So I'm just going to go with 100 like I always do. I think I'm safe there. And then as far as travel, I do need to put, and actually, yeah, I don't know if I want to categorize it as travel or business because it's both really. Um, let's just go ahead and say travel. Hey, I'm Kate. I haven't figured out how much the ticket will be, so I'm just gonna assume. Let's just assume $400, okay? And I already have 250 of that, so that means I'm only gonna have about 150 left over. I know I'm gonna have to say Friday night, Saturday night, and probably Sunday night as well. Sunday night as well. So that's 3 nights in a hotel. That's another, let's just say $100 a night. 300. So we're gonna say 450. Because when I go on the trip to the Bahamas, that's a business trip. That's my company. We do it every year. So I'll be using like my business card for that. So let's do this. But this is going to end up being a business trip for my YouTube platform. So yeah. All right. And me starting school in August, I only put that in there because I really want to save as much money as I possibly can. Because if I decide to go back and get this certification, it's going to cost me about $7,000. And so with that, I want to save as much as I can. So if I can save 3,000 this month, that means that in 2 months I've saved what I need for the certification. But again, I'll be telling you guys about that pretty soon in a car vlog. So let me go ahead and get the calculator back out, and let's go ahead and calculate this. Oh, y'all, it's dying. It's dying. All right, 260 plus 100 plus 450, the 150 and 300, plus another 300 for both of the 150s, plus 550. That gets me 1660, and we're looking for 1660. And that's what we got. So I'm going to write this down here. So I hope you guys are kind of understanding the whole thought process. The thought process is what's most important. You have to think about every angle of your finances, because that is the way that you're going to achieve financial freedom. Sometimes I think people probably think I do way too much with the weekly budgets and stuff like that. But to be honest with you, this is the most control I've ever had over my money at any point in time in my lifetime. And I've made a lot of money in my life, and I'm not even 30 yet. But this has been the most liberating experience because I know where every single penny is going. Do you have to be as meticulous and know every single detail? You don't have to. Should you? Probably. But you don't have to. Okay, so in order to find our checking percentage, not expenses, we're going to take the 1660 and divide it by our net income, which was our what do you call it? Estimated income, subtract the expenses, fixed expenses, that gets us this. So what we get is 0.387. And I always told you guys I like to round up to the nearest 10. So we're going to go with 0.4, which is 40%. Now, even though that calculation gives us 40%, we're not going to write this number in this box. Why? Because 40% of this number is actually a little bit more, because remember we went up to 40%, which means we've given ourselves a little bit more of a cushion. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the 4286.44, multiply it by the 40%, which is 0.4. And if you're not good with percentages, then multiply it by 40%. So this is going to give us 1714, and I'm just going to cut off the last number, 57. All right. And the way that you know that you did it correctly is you have to make sure that the number in this box is equal to or more than this. If this number is less, guess what? That means that you did not do your percentage correctly, because you've given yourself less money than what you actually need. Now, remember, we've overestimated our expenses, so we should be spending less anyway, but that gives us about like a $50 cushion, which I typically don't even need. All right, so let's go ahead and open this up. And I'm just going to do a cross. And I always just like to write debt free in here because it keeps me motivated to stay that way. So we're going to do a cross and a cross. So, of course, let me move some stuff around. With this being 40% for checking, we're going to do 60% for savings. So we're going to take this 4286.44, subtract the 1714.57 that we're keeping in checking. And that means that this is how much we should save. So if I make more money, which I should make at least like, at least about $300 more. And if I spend less, then I should be able to make up for that extra $500 that I'll need to save to hit my $3,000 goal, so that I can pay for school cash if that's the way I decide to go, which I'm pretty sure I will. I love this way of budgeting. I still don't have it down packed, but I'm getting there. I'm glad that you're loving it. Like, seriously, it's so different that it might take you a minute. But I think maybe with me going live with the video this time, that maybe it'll help you guys. You guys can kind of come back and watch. And this video is a lot clearer than I thought. So y'all just let me know if y'all want me to continue going live doing this every month. So the only thing I'm coming back to is the savings goal, which that might not show up very well. And I'm just going to write that savings number in here, which I forgot to do that last month. Look, they don't even expect you to save that much. They gave you this little bitty box. What they want you to save? $10. All right. And I'm just going to write 87 like that. All right. Now, I'm not going to go through this part because, of course, I'm still in June, so I don't even have these numbers yet anyway. So next would be setting up this part, which I don't need to do, not on camera at least. And let's go ahead and set this page up. The fixed expenses is $1,013.56. So the only reason I'm keeping my car insurance like that is because if I can't find another company that gives me a better rate, well, then I'm just going to have to stick with Progressive, and it's going to be that. But hopefully I can get this down to like $120. That would be great. So I'm just going to go ahead and write our percentages in. And let's come here. So you guys know that this is where I do the paycheck to paycheck budget. So we're going to do this live. Okay. And this will be the end of the video once I do this. Okay. So first things first, we're going to write in the budget. And I have to remember supplements, which typically that's going to be $100. And then we also have travel, and that's going to be $450. And that should be it. Let me just go back and make sure I ain't missing out on nothing. Yeah, because last month in those lines I wrote supplements, travel, and hair, and I don't need my hair done. Okay. Oh, but you know what? Part of me wants to buy a wig for this Bahamas trip. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. Decisions. I could just wear one of the ones that I have already, honestly. But part of me wants to buy a new one. But I'm not gonna do it. I'm just not gonna do it. All right. So as far as the budget goes, let's see. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the 1660 and we're gonna subtract that $100 for the supplements because I always take that out, and then the 450 for travel because that's gonna come in a specific week. And 10. All right, no new questions. And there's 4 weeks in the month, so we're just gonna divide that. So that gives me 277.50. So the budget is 1110 divided by 4 weeks gives me 277.50. Part of me really wants to I don't know. I really don't know how I'm going to tweak that. All right. So let's get down to business. Okay. So our week, which it starts on July 5th to the 11th. And about here. So I'm going to do July 12th through July 18th. Now, the 5th through the 11th, I have one bill, and there's no business bills. So this is what I'm gonna do. And this is typically how I kind of estimate how many boxes I need when I pre-plan this for y'all. Week 4. Okay, so we got one bill the first week. But then I also need a box for the budget and a box for the supplements. And then week 2, we have one regular bill. I'm gonna need a space between the bills and my business bills. 1, 2, and actually I don't have any regular bills. That starts the next week. So week 2, I don't have any regular bills. I have those 2 bills there, but I'm gonna need a space, and then we have the budget. And I'm assuming, I don't know when my best friend is going to tell me about the hotel and stuff, but I'm probably going to go ahead and get at least my flight this first week. All right, so week 3, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bills. I need a space in between my personal and business. And then we're going to have the budgeted expenses. And then I'm just going to say that he'll know about the hotel this last week. And the last week I have one bill, no business bills, and I need space for the budget. And that's it. All right. So week 1 and 2 are both 4 spaces. So I'm going to go to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then this will be a line, and then we're going to start here. And then like once I'm done with the video, I'll actually do like my washi and stuff. But washi takes a long time. I can't concentrate on it. All right, to the 25th. And then we have July 26th through August 1st. Okay, so now of course I need to write in the income. And the first payday, remember, is the 4th. So the 4th, everything that comes in until Friday pays for Friday to Thursday. So that means this first income is going to be here, the $2,500. And I write a box just so I can check off if I made at least that. And then, of course, I get paid 2 weeks later, so I know that that one goes there. And then the YouTube income should be this week because it's everything I earned from the 20th to the 26th, which that lands there will pay for the 26 expenses on out. So we're going to write that $300 in here. And that's that. All right. So let's go ahead and write in the actual expenses. So I'm going to put in the budget first because it's always easiest for me so I never forget it. And I'm trying to make sure you guys don't have any questions. This is the part I need to work on. You were probably talking about the percentages. That's the part most people need to work on. I ain't even gonna lie. And I'm probably gonna put a line here, which I don't know. Oh, I do have. Hold on, let me get my ruler real quick. Oh man. Okay. So how many spaces did I need down here? 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's just go to here. And like I said, I'll do washi later. Okay, so the budget is $277.50. All right, and let's see. So our rent is due this week, and that again is $773.02. So even though I write down the same numbers over and over, every single part of how I do budgeting, why did I write the rent again? Y'all, I'm crazy. Every single part of the way that I budget, it shows me the numbers in a different way, which is why I do things the way that I do. Okay, so car insurance is going to be here, and that's $190.54. And then that VIP is going to be here. Let me put this back in my shirt because that tapping on the tripod is getting to me. And that's $50. Okay, so we've taken care of that. Let me get another color pen because I want to use a different color to write in my business expenses, and typically I use pink. And then I'm also going to get a red pen. And do I typically use green on this page? Look, it's been a month. I don't remember. I don't. I use black and red. Okay, so before I start to subtract and stuff, let's go ahead and write these in. So we have MailChimp for $15 and Sprint, my cell phone bill, which is going down next month. Hallelujah. And then Sendal is here. And you guys can see that even with my business, I don't have a lot of bills. Like, I know it's taken me a while to like catch up on you guys' comments and stuff. But in my last video, somebody was like, did I miss where you put in the expenses? And I'm like, nope. I haven't replied yet. Somebody else replied for me. But yeah, like, this is how I like my life to be. Now, people can do whatever they want to do. But me personally, I'm good on all the bills. Y'all can have that life. All right, so let's go ahead and pull the calculator out so we can see about how much we'll have left over every week. Then at the bottom, we're going to do what we typically do, which is figuring out, you know, where the money is going, like what sinking fund and savings account and stuff like that. All right, so what I do want to do, oh, it is all the way up. Okay, so $2,500 the first week. We're going to subtract this $277.50. That's a lot of twos. And then we have the rent, $773.02. All right, so next we have 0 here. So we're just going to be negative 277.50. Oh, y'all. I forgot the supplements. This is why I typically do a little box like this. And I forgot the travel. All right, so let's do the supplements. Y'all was going to let me forget. All right, the supplements is going to be 100. And what week did I say for? I think I want to buy my flight. Actually, I want to buy my flight this weekend. Yeah. And I'm feeling like that's only going to cost me about $150. So 1349.48 minus 150. $1,199.48. And then this is the week that I think that he's going to tell me about the hotel. And I'm just going to put a F for flight and an H for hotel. And that should be 300. Yeah. All right, so now let's go back and finish this off. All right, because I took care of all three. All right, 2,500. Minus 277.50. Minus the 190.54. And then let's go over here. We got 300 minus 277.50. It's 22.50. That's where I'm trying to get to. All these bills is not for me. I'm telling you, listen. Now, I know one part that helps me out a lot is that when I'm in between assignments and stuff, I do live with my parents. I used to be that person that wanted my own space and, oh my God, I'm a bum if I still live with my parents. But in actuality, I'm not. I make money. I don't go out drinking, partying, having fun all the time. Like, I'm taking care of my responsibilities. And truth be told, I live in a city where it's not really safe, in my opinion, for women to be living on their own. I feel more comfortable knowing that my dad is there to protect me, and it just is what it is. I don't care how much money I make until I get married or start having children. I will live with my parents. I wasted enough money in my lifetime on rent. I used to pay like $1,500 a month in rent, and I was only home like 8 days a month because I was traveling so much. So I've been there, done that. Okay, don't want to do it no more. All right, so there's going to be a strip that goes here. So let's just write plan for savings. Okay, so let's write out the weeks. Okay, so week 1, we have $1,199.48 left over. Week 2, we are negative 277.50. Week 3 is $2,031.96. And then week 4 is negative 327.50. And how are we doing on time? We're almost at an hour, which an hour was my max. So it works. All right. Let me just draw a line real quick. So do you guys have any questions whatsoever? Because we're coming up on the end of the video, but I do want to make sure that I answer any questions that you guys have. I'm just writing these boxes because I know I'm going to forget later. All right. So we got $11.99.48. Let me get that back in the screen. And sorry, that ring light is really, really bright, but it's really dark in here. Then we're going to subtract 277.50, add 2,031.96, and subtract 327.50. So this is going to give me $2,626.44. And I've explained this in another video, but just a recap because people might feel like this video is a lot more seamless, is that this number is not going to equal this number, okay? Typically, you're going to get a little bit more money here than you have here because remember, we gave ourselves an extra cushion. This was based off of estimates, right? Whereas this number was based off of actuals. Because we went up on the 38%, we went up to 40% here. The excess that was here gets added up over here. So if you add that $50 here, the $50 and some change, that's going to give you that number there. I'm coming in late, but did you enjoy your birthday? I absolutely did. Honestly, I didn't do much because I had a really bad migraine. But later on that night, we went out to one of those places, like the seafood boil places, and I had like 3 pounds of crawfish because they had buy 2 get 1 free. It was just me, my dad, my sister, my mom, and my aunt. And then this weekend, I'm actually going to be vlogging because my family is going out to this place called The Social. And this particular place, let me draw my lines real quick. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 places I see. Let's see, medical, miscellaneous, car, and oh, taxes too, because we're going to take out the taxes for that YouTube. But yeah, so this place is really cool. It's almost like a warehouse kind of, and they have a bunch of games in there, basketball, darts, foosball, all kind of stuff like that, shuffleboard, I think. And all the games are free. You just sign up and, you know, you got to kind of be around when your name comes up. Otherwise, they'll cross you out and go to the next person. But I'm going to be vlogging that because it should be a bunch of my family that goes. Okay. So I'm going to, oh, don't tell me this thing died. It did, didn't it? All right. So I'm going to use my computer. I think the only thing I'm having issues with is when my budget rolls over into a new month, I get paid twice a month. Oh, I was sad that I didn't win in the giveaway. I'm sorry. As far as your budget rolling over into the new month, all you really literally have to do, you guys, before I finish off this bottom, if this is you and you're having trouble with this part, remember a budget does not go from the 1st to the 31st unless you get paid like the last day of the month and the 15th of the month or whatever. That's a little bit different. But if you get paid twice a month, kind of like I do. So with my job, I get paid on the 4th and the 18th. Well, that means that the 4th is going to pay for all of my expenses from here to the 17th, right? When I get paid on the 18th, it's going to take care of everything until I get paid again on Thursday. So the only reason why my budget does not go until the 31st instead of here is because I personally go on a Friday to Friday basis. I'm used to getting paid every Friday from my business. It's just recently I split up my business income to only go towards business, right? But things work a little bit easier for me from a standpoint of just going Friday to Friday. But if you're not me, you don't have to do that. So you could literally go from my budget starts on the 4th when I get paid. This one ends here. I get paid again on the 18th. And the next time I get paid is August 1st, which means that my budget only goes from the 4th to the 31st. That's it. That's literally it. So for June, for instance, my budget, let's see, the last time I got paid was the 21st, which means the next time I get paid is on the 4th. So my budget would literally go from my first payday, which is the 7th, until July 4th here, because I get paid again on the 5th, not the 4th. No, I do get paid on the 4th. What am I? Oh, I'm lying. I knew I did something. This is going to go. I'm going to switch this later, but I get paid on Friday. Actually, it comes in like right before midnight, but I get paid on Friday. So that's my fault. But, anyway, that's the way that you do it. So that means that like, because your June budget didn't start into the 7th, if your rent is due on the 1st, that means that you pay your rent in your May budget. So like this month, I don't get paid into the 5th, but if my rent was due on the 1st, guess what? That means the rent gets paid in June's budget. So when I'm writing out the rent and all of that, and I get to this page here, that means rent for the next month goes here, because if I'm going all the way to August 1st and my rent is due on the 1st, that means that August rent is paid in this month. Hopefully that makes sense. Does that make sense to y'all? I hope it does. All right, let's finish this out, y'all, because I'm coming up on an hour and I feel like an hour is long enough. All right, so you guys won't be able to see the calculator because I have to use it on my computer. But I'm taking this 26, 26, 44, and I'm gonna do 50% to medical, $1,313.22. And actually, I'm not gonna do it that way. And I'm gonna tell you guys why. Because I like to take the taxes out of that YouTube first. So we're going to take 300, which is what I projected the YouTube income to be. And then we're going to do 20% is $60. So we're going to do 60. And even though I already have like $4,000, over $4,000, probably like 4,500 probably. Even though I have that much in my tax sinking fund, I still rather take. So now I'm going to take this 26, 26, 44. I'm going to subtract the $60, and that's what I'm going to take the half out of. So let me just write this number down. So that's going to leave me with 1,000, which means that, and let me just write medical. So I like to do half to medical, and the other half I like to divide in half for my car and miscellaneous. And I guess for like that $50 car detail, I could take that out of my car sinking fund, but I think that no, I don't want to do that. I get paid on a Thursday, but because of who I bank with, the money hits on Tuesdays. Okay, so if you get paid on Thursday, but your money always hits on Tuesdays, that means start your budget on Tuesday, because you can't count money on Thursday that's not there until what, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 4 or 5 days later. You can't count money that way. So that means that you need, when you put your little money flags or income flags, whatever, on your budget, it needs to be on that Tuesday, the next Tuesday. Save yourself the headache. Okay, so for this last remaining, we are going to divide that in half, and that means that 641.61 and 641.61. So that's that, you guys. So like I said, I'm going to go back and fix my pay dates. I don't even know why I put it on Thursday. I'm just tripping. And I'm going to put my washi and stuff to make this all cute. And that's it. So if you guys have any questions whatsoever, make sure you leave it at this point in the comment section of the actual video instead of in the live chat, so that I can answer those. And I hope this made sense. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. Let me know in the comment section of the video, not in the live chat, if you guys enjoyed this one better than me like breaking it down into this video here, then this video here, and then this video here in 3 separate videos. Let me know. So I hope y'all enjoyed this. Please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already. But other than that, I'm going to see you guys Friday for the June budget results video. Bye, y'all.